Okay, there are a couple pieces to this practice too that were a little bit new that we didn't have directly in our notes. So I'm going to go ahead and work with those on you. Numbers 16 through 21 were not directly covered in the notes. It asks you to describe the solution set for the inequalities below. So I'm going to do just a couple of them so that you can see if you were on the right track. When we describe, in this case, it's looking for just words. Words that tell me what type of values I'm trying to find. So if I look at this first inequality, I want x values that are less than 4 or x values that are greater than or equal to 9. We're going to write that with words. We're going to say we want to find all values that are either, we like that word either when we have an or graph. They're either less than 4, and then we always write that word or, greater than, or equal to 9. It's taking our inequality and putting it in words. Okay? I'm going to let you try 17 on your own, but I'm going to go ahead and check number 18 with you as well. So with number 18, it's an AND graph. So that means I need to find all the solutions that make both of these inequalities true. So I need x values that are less than 7 and x values that are greater than -2. Writing out that, I would say all values that are both, that's a key word for AND situations, that are both less than 7 and we write out that word and as part of our description, greater than or equal to -2. That. Okay, it's just a matter of writing out what you would read in your mind as you look at these inequalities. Write it out in words. Okay? Then here we have statements where we're going to go the other way. Instead of writing it in words, it's already written in words and we need to write it as an inequality. So here we have -2 is less than x, which is less than 5. We're going to write this directly as it's written. -2. -2 is less than, put a less than symbol, x, which is less than, again, write a less than symbol, 5. Okay, we're not looking for anything more complicated than that. For number 20, it says x is less than -8 or, there it is, let's circle that word so we don't forget to put it there, x is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, it's separated into two parts. We have x is less than -8, and we need to write that word or. X is greater than or equal to 4. I'm going to go ahead and leave 21, and if you haven't completed that one, you can check that yourself and complete it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to our notes. So make sure you switch now to your notes. I want to look at the extension problems. The extension has us solving an inequality that has more than just a simple x is. We need to take our moment and work through this so that we can write it as our basic inequality of x is this. Okay? Nothing is new. We're going to do it the same way we solved our equations before. We can draw our line to have both sides. We're going to go through the steps that we normally would. Remember our declam. Okay, the first thing I would do is do any distribution. Well, we have distribution here. So I'm going to distribute 4 to each of those two terms and get 20x plus 12. Don't change your symbol, just keep it as it is, -16. Okay, I did my distribution, combining like terms. No like terms here, no like terms here. Move variables left. There's no variable on the right, so that I don't have anything I need to move to the left. Undo addition or subtraction. There's a plus 12, so I'm going to undo that by -12. When I do that, I'm left with 20x on the left side. Subtracting here, I get 28, -28. And then, last thing, undo multiplication or division, so I'm going to divide by 20. And I'm going to get x is less than, and you're going to need to put this into your calculator. You want to find out what this is in its exact value. Okay, so as you do that, if you go and get the fraction form, it's going to come out to be -7/5, which is a little hard to plot. So if you're going to want, it would be helpful to go ahead and change that to a decimal. As a decimal, negative 7/5 is negative 1.6. I apologize, that's negative 1.4. Okay, now our number line is not written out for us this time, so we're going to need to do that. Let's go ahead and put 0 in the middle, and we'll count by ones. It is a little difficult to squeeze those in, but hopefully if you write small enough, you can fit it there. Okay, notice on the left side, the negatives start closest to 0 with a negative 1 and work them the way backwards. Plotting that point, negative 1.4, it's a little bit less than halfway between negative 1 and negative 2. There's no equal to, so it's an open circle. And I want the values less than, so I'm going to go to the left. Okay, let's try this again with the second inequality. Again, it's not a simple x's. We need to get it down to the point where it says x is something. So we're going to go ahead and work through and solve this inequality. First thing it says to do is distribute. Well, there kind of is a distribution. There's a negative 1 in here. So I'm going to need to do that first. The 5x is going to stay the same. I'm going to distribute this as a negative 1 to both of those and get negative 4x minus 4. Keeping the right side as it is. So I took care of distribution, combine like terms. Oh, I see two like terms. 5x, negative 4x, that's 1x, or just plain old x. That was these two like terms. And then I also see a second set of like terms. A plus 19 and a minus 4, adding those together, I get plus 15. And that is greater than or equal to 5. So I combine like terms. There's no variable to move left. There is addition to undo. Plus 15 I undo by minus 15. Now I'm left with my plain old x, which is what I'm always wanting. And 5 minus 15 is negative 10. All right, well, I noticed in my previous graph, if I counted by ones, I only got and put 0 in the middle, I only got up to 8. So maybe I need to move 0 over a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put 0 a little bit further to the left. And then if I count by ones, there, I can fit my 10 in there. We'll go ahead and fill in the rest. Remember, to the left of 0 is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and negative 5. That's what I fit on mine. Again, if your 0 isn't the same place, yours might look a little bit different. I want all the values that are, okay, it's eating the x. We want to find all the values that are greater than, because that's eating the x. The x is the bigger value. Greater than or equal to 10, so I need a closed circle at 10. Greater than means I need to go to the bigger ones off to the right. Okay? Go ahead now and stop this video. Finish the last two problems on your practice worksheet. At this point, you should have the whole practice worksheet done. If you don't, go ahead and go back and fill in any ones that are not done.